Hello, this is Sean O'Malley. I'm here to talk about my final project in applied data mining, and I chose grade prediction because in school, as in life, we are constantly getting graded. So for my final project, I wanted to use a data set that would have massive applicability to my future job with the Jesuit Volunteer Corps, where I will have to grade people, decide whether they are worthy of assistance or not, based upon factors within their life. As for preparation of this, I will try to predict how well students do in a specific. The specific class is Portuguese, but how they will do based on certain more relative characteristics about their lives. So, how can personal characteristics affect academic performance? Is my first most important question. So the data is a class of nearly 700 kids that gave factors ranging from daily activities to family dynamics to grades and other classes and personal traits. My challenge was I can use these factors to predict how they will perform on the final, but I didn't want to use other classes to predict. I wanted to use only factors about their lives and about family dynamics, personal characteristics, hobbies, interests, things like that, because to use other classes doesn't really give us much insight other than they are a good student or not a good student. We want to know why they are a good student. So I built mini models, and as you can see, the accuracy was relatively low. But I knew this. I had went through with using other grades, using grades in other classes, and these accuracy, R-squared, and MAE scores were really, really high, like 90-some%. But that didn't really provide much insight, as I said, other than, they're a good student or a bad student. So, as you can see, going across the board, looking at accuracy, we slowly increased accuracy and were able to gain lift on every single model that we had. So linear, we used the first linear model, we used all variables, and we used the 75-25% training set to get 34% accuracy. We were only able to explain 30% of the variance, but our MAE was only 2.877 points off. So basically what we were trying to do is we were trying to predict the exact score that someone may get on their final for this class in Portuguese, but we obviously used really only personal trait characteristics and family dynamic characteristics, as I had said. So we see an improvement with a more simplified linear regression model to account for overfitting of the training data set. So we end up with about a 36% accuracy, which is relatively low. We go to the decision tree, and we see a pretty big jump in accuracy with 43.61. Still not wonderful, but we were able to explain. We are able, just with only being able to still explain 35% of the data set, we still were able to gain 43% accuracy with our decision tree. And this is obviously with the 75-25% test train data. So what I did was we pruned the decision tree down, and we ran a k-means sample formatting where k equaled 10. And I was able to get actually just only a little bit more accuracy out of the model. And the MAE was, we were still not quite there for how often we missed the exact score. Now, I will say having these numbers be relatively low is pretty good, because it does provide a good range as to where the student's grade actually lies within a giant range of from best score to worst score. It does give us a pretty good ballpark. So then we look to random forest, and I use the 75-25% train set. We see a big jump when moving to the random forest, which was nice. We saw the decision tree was kind of built to have an ensemble model really improve upon things, and so I had an increase in accuracy to 46.64%, and our average estimates were only 2.64 points off the actual score, which is also an improvement. And so then I decided let's do the k-means sampling method with the random forest, and this is our best model. We were able to get 47.31% accuracy, while only being able to explain about 35% of the variance, but we were still 2.65%, 2.65 points off on our guesses on average, which this isn't wonderful numbers, but given what we were given and what we decided, business insight wise, what we wanted to be able to see as a school or as a nonprofit that's going to be analyzing things like this, we want to be able to see, actually gain insight, not just find things that are already pretty obvious. So we chose the random forest of K10 as our decision tree, as our model. Our best prediction was with the random forest model, giving 47% accuracy with the individual on their first test. On average, we're only 2.6% off, or 2.6 points off, as I had mentioned. So based on our accuracy with the exact scores of the student, our predictive model seemed somewhat unimpressive, but this does provide an interesting insight concerning the seemingly unrelatable personal characteristics. Our random forest model gave us important personal characteristics that affect the student's performance. Number 1, parents' marital status, and specifically, is the father present? Number 2, family size. Number 3, do they have internet at home? Number 4, did they attend a nursery school, or what would be a kindergarten here in America? And number 5, do they have a current significant other? So, judging on these things, you can make decisions, you can make assumptions, you can kind of circumnavigate your way through what those factors might mean to someone's grades. And ways that suggestions that I have for action would be hold parents more accountable and also having more open and frequent communications with students, faculty, and the head of household. Also, work with local governments to offer a discount to students or families with kids in school, because the presence of internet at home is very vital. Also, this really just comes down to, I think, parent communication, and as a school, providing programs that can fill the holes for these gaps of these students that really have unfavorable conditions, such as allowing teachers more time to work with students who find themselves in unfavorable situations and may fall behind because of being on the wrong side of these important characteristics, as I had mentioned. So I gave you a question, a model. We analyzed it, and then we kind of came up with a game plan as to how to react to what our insight was. And that is all I have. So thank you so much, and have a great day.